What's up, guys? I am Way Too Lucky, and I wanted to bring you the second installment in this video of What's Good. Today it's going to be What's Good with the Universal Remote. This is a primary exotic shotgun, which actually allows for some fun shenanigans. First thing that's good with it is that it is a shotgun, so it allows you to run shoddy snipes. You can run this and a sniper rifle. You could run shoddy and shoddy. You could run shoddy and what have you, a sidearm. We've only have one right now, but it may be better once the Taken King comes out. Being able to have maybe the sidearm and the shotgun might actually turn out to be a really cool little thing to run. On to what's good with it. Another thing is that it is really fun to use. Being able to run shoddy snipes is actually really fun. If you ever played Halo, you know that that was a thing. That was a whole game type, is that you would just run with a shoddy snipe. The problem here being this does not have that great of range. When you compare it to things like the Matador 64, Party Crasher Plus 1, Felwinter's Lie, all of those have a better range and a better impact. So if you're going toe-to-toe with them with your shotgun, you're not usually going to win. I mean, they just have the range on you, so you're not able to get the kill. You'll be close, but you won't quite get it. A lot of times you'll have to damage them with a grenade, finish them off with the shotgun.
You neutralize Zone B.
The next problem we're going to be running into is that you don't really have that primary weapon that you're able to use at kind of a medium range, that range that you're looking for your scout rifles, your pulse rifles, all your primary weapons that you're able to use, that's your default thing. Well, when your default thing is a shotgun, you've got to be standing almost next to them to be able to use it effectively. Now, once you do get this upgraded, you do get some range perks, and it does get the range close to the way shotguns are right now in Destiny, but it's just not going to quite cut it. So you got to be good with your sniper rifle, or you got to be able to use the sidearm effectively, which just really isn't realistic in Crucible. The sidearms right now that they have are just not good, and you can't use the Dreg's Promise, which I've heard some people have had good experiences with in Crucible, because it's an exotic, and this is taking up your exotic slot. It doesn't do any damage as far as arc or solar, any type of burn, so that means using it in PvE is not really that great. You're not able to use it in a Nightfall because you can use another shotgun that's a legendary that does more damage, it does more range, more impact, and it has a burn on it, so it's going to be even more deadly. The other problem is that, again, it takes your exotic slot. So you want to use your Gjallarhorn? Nope. You want to use Icebreaker? Nope. You got to use your flippin' Universal Remote, which means it's not really ideal for those situations. That being said, I really love this gun. I just can't get over using it in Crucible. I mean, when you switch from using like Universal Remote and using like Last Word or Thorn, I mean, it just becomes almost so much of a crutch. When you're using a Thorn and you've got the range where you can just run around with that the whole time and you will have no issues getting kills. You just run around with that, you come around the corner, boom, no problem. Whereas when you're using the Universal Remote, you have got to learn how to traverse those maps and close the gaps. Because there's no backup. If you're going to switch to your sniper, you got to get them. You got to have at least a little distance. Scopes in Destiny do not allow you to be an inch from them and get good kills. Yeah, that it is possible. It's not the most unrealistic thing in the world to be able to kind of no scope people. But for the most part, you've got to be a little bit of range to get the sniper, or you got to be super close to get that shotgun kill. And when you're running around with Universal Remote, I mean, I think it really helps you to be a better player. It helps you learn how to traverse the maps more efficiently, the most efficiently, because you have to get close to get that kill. You have to know where you're going, where your next blink is going to be, where your enemies are. It teaches you how to like kind of position yourself so you know where your enemies are coming out, so you can kind of meet them with that shotgun. The other thing is it teaches you to be a little more careful when you're using a shotgun that isn't as good as Matador 64, any of the big heavy hitters, Felwinter's Lie. You got to know how you're going to counter that with not another shotgun. Because if you try to run straight at him and counter it, you're going to die. You're going to trade really often with his weapon anyways if you're not, sneaking around getting behind him. But it really helps push you to be a better PvP player. If you do pick this gun up, I would definitely recommend using it. I mean, it's fun. Me and my buddies will run all universal remote. I know Zerus sold it before, I believe. You run all universal remote and just see who can get the most kills and just have fun with Destiny. I think that's something that can be sometimes missed, you know, when you play in the Crucible. And hopefully, we're hoping Taken King comes out, this is going to change. And maybe when Taken King comes out, universal remote is going to be more of a beast. Maybe the level designs are going to allow it to be, you know, a lot more up and down and a lot less sightline as far as being able to get killed by the exotic hand cannons and what have you. I mean, even the sniper rifles where you come around a corner, you get sniped. But so, when looking at the universal remote as a final verdict, I really like it. I mean, I said that before, and I'll say it again. It's a fun weapon. It's just an enjoyable time. You being able to use this it's just fun to be able to run shoddy snipes. That being said, it's just not competitive, guys. The last week was Queenbreaker's bow. That I could see potentially being, you know, it could be all right in trials. It would be all right. I mean, you can make it work definitely. I would not recommend using universal remote in trials. It's not gonna go well. And if you do try to use it, a lot of times I'll end up using my sniper way more than my primary because it's just not a reliable gun to use competitively. But that being said, like I said before, if you want to pick this up, I mean, do it. I think it's really fun. Get it leveled up, get that range. Once you start getting the range buffs on it too, you really start to notice that it really does have at least some kind of range on it. You can see from some of these clips here where it's, you know, you aim down sight and you can get some decently far kills. But basically, guys, I think the biggest plus of this weapon is the ability to teach you how to be better at Crucible. You know, run around with just this, and it doesn't have to necessarily be universal remote. I'm just using this one just because it's fun to use shoddy snipes. And if you want to get better with your sniper, if you want to get better with your shotguns, you can do it at the same time. And if you want to be a more efficient player in Crucible, you'll start to learn even where the little corners are and where you can hide so the team can't get you. You know, you learn just those little things, and you learn really how to, like, put your grenades in a spot where they will hit the enemy, you know, predicting where they're going to be, hitting the enemy, and then being able to shotgun them from a longer range before you're in range of their Matador or what have you. I guess in conclusion, guys, if you want to get this weapon, I'd recommend it, but I'd recommend pretty much all the weapons in Destiny. So that'll do it for this one, and I will see you out there.
A single victory doesn't win a war, but it's a good start. Good work.